Two teams that met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Here I come! Here I come! Here I come! Switch! Check. Mike's 47.
Now it's Ingram. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
I got it. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, we got 3 down. Check. Go. Flow. Sponge. No. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
And that'll set them back 5.
Here we go.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. First and 15.
Let's go. Keep tighten up. Whip. Watch the whip.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He uncorks it for Snead. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead. 69 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
65. No. Off. 50.
Operating from the gun, Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Got him.
Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense.
Hey, Delta.
Yeah, let's get set.
On 3rd down, Jones. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field.
Bravo.
3 down. I got 86. Check.
Hard. Let's go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way down. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Ready. Mike spoke both. Target. Come up. Switch gears. Hey, check 24. 44 is the Mike.
On 2nd down, Ingram. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Ready. Let's go. Out here all day. 44. Mike, 44. Blue down. Bobo to Mike. Mike's Bobo. Cover.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
On the ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10.
Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready? 60 or.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Pilot, 64. Weak grip.
A first down carry for Barkley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Check 99. Check 99.
Go.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
Hey, high 7. Yep.
We got motion. Back up. And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Man, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. 58 is the mic.
Ready?
Jones now throwing on 4th down. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Come on. Big air. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Look, 64. Wait. Check 3.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
44, Mike.
They run from the pistol with Ingram. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the 1st half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And how about this, a fake? But he will not make the first down marker, and that'll be a turnover on downs. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
A first down run from Barkley, pretty well defended. Give him 3 yards on the play. Tackle made there by Chris Wormley. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Golden Tate's going to go. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Golden Tate. 37 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Under 10, under 10, 10. He's coming, double up.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Now he'll escape to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Partner, earlier I asked you about some teams that were underperforming so far. Well, right now let's play a game arrow up, arrow down. I'll give you teams that are kind of in the middle of the pack. You tell me if they're going to go up or down second half of the season. Let's start with the Raiders at 3 and 4.
Arrow up. I think they're going to beat the teams they're supposed to beat, and they will beat someone good down the stretch.
Okay. Jacksonville, they're 500 right now, 4 and 4.
Yeah, but their division is conducive to their arrow going up. Gardner Minshew playing well. Maybe Nick Foles comes back, and I like that defense.
Okay, the Lions got a win last week to get to 3-1. How about them?
Don't like their division. Minnesota, Green Bay within division. Unfortunately, arrow down.
Lastly, how about the Panthers, 4 and 3?
Defense is supposed to travel. That was a tough one in San Francisco last Sunday. Still think that'll happen, and I do believe Cam Newton will come back this season. Arrow up.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. To throw again on second down. Jackson, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. go on 4th down with Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
Strip that ball. Shift.
61, matchbox lights.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, wahoo!
41.
Jones, a final shot before break. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this will be taken in at the 1. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Jet bombers, 2-jet bomber. Hey, Foxtrot. Go.
Come on. You better bring it.
Snap.
Throwing Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Look at me. Zipper. Push
On 2nd and a couple. Jones, he'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 43. On 1st down, Barkley. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Hey, Haywood.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 39-yard line.
Hey.
I got him.
Let's go.
From the 39, Jones. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Hey, exit. Now.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. It's caught. Shepard. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Go!
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Smooth.
58 to Mike, 58.
Yep.
58 to Mike.
From the gun, Jones. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down, and inside the 5-yard line.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Pick the edge. Come.
They'll try to pound it in with Goldman. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready,
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Hey, tight.
Switch. Go out.
Switch it.
They'll run again here with Goldman. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Here's Goldman. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. They'll run for it with Goldman. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Giants have taken the lead. So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down. Let's go get it. Because nowadays, you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on your defense to hold them.
I think the quarterbacks want to eliminate field goals inside of 30 yards, probably.
Well, listen, they have enough confidence in themselves that they can call plays and make plays that they won't need those field goals inside the 30.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Let's go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And an alley to run. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll run on first down. Barkley trying to run inside, but nothing there. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle. On second down, there's the option going left. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Rosas' kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 30, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 62 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch out. Tight end right.
They'll go to Barkley again, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Yes, yes.
And the blitz does come. Forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tyus Bowser in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted.